Okay, so I have signed up for the My Transformation Challenge. Um, this is my first week. I have actually been doing the program since May 1st, but I didn't actually put in my progress photo until last week. And I'll tell a little bit more about that in a little bit. But I thought for now I need to get my video in here and get started on this journey. My name is Jennifer Harrison. I actually live in Springfield, Missouri. And I actually first heard about phorm about 4 or 5 years ago when I would go to Anytime Fitness. The way I'd heard about that was through John Gorman had worked with one of the Anytime Fitness, and it was a really good deal to sign up for it. So I went and signed up, and even worked with one of John Gorman's trainers at the time for a little bit. And I'd seen phorm sitting on the shelves, and to me it was just another supplement. I didn't know anything about it. Just thought, oh, it's just another supplement, another protein powder, another thing that's out there. I think I may have even bought one jug of it at one time, but I really don't remember much other than that. But that was probably about 4 years ago, and I have always been just a yo-yo. I follow one trend and I do it for a while, and then it doesn't work, and so I jump onto another trend and I do it for a while and it doesn't work, or I get a little bit of success and then I stall and then I quit. And a little bit of success, I'm not sure if it even lasts for 30 days or however long. I commit to things once I commit, but then I have a bad habit of changing, and one of those things of, well, this isn't working quite right the way I want it. I'm not losing as fast, so I will change it up. And also since that time, I have had, I already had one child, and we have had 2 more since then. So I have 3 kids at home. And it's just been a hard, rough road. I don't know that I've ever even shared this with very many people, if anybody, even, when I was pregnant with my son, I wouldn't even look at the scale. I would walk into the doctor's office and turn my back to the scale and never even look. And then I just told the doctor, tell me if I'm doing bad. Tell me if I'm doing bad. And that's all I needed to know. And the whole time he's like, you're fine. You're fine. And I ended up having, my son was 9 pounds, 8 ounces, so he was a big baby. And then I went on to have another child later on, and she wasn't as big. She was only 7 pounds, 15 ounces. And then went on to have a third child, surprise, and she was 9 pounds, 4 ounces. So I have had some big babies every time that I've had them. And one of the things that I don't share it a lot, because people talk about you're only supposed to gain 30 to 40 pounds. Well, with each pregnancy, I gained like 60, 70 pounds every single time. I always went up over 200 pounds with each pregnancy, but I lost it super fast. One of those things they talk about, if you breastfeed, you can lose your weight pretty fast. And I did. I always lost it super fast and got that initial part off, the first 50 pounds. And then I'd always get back to the same point, and I never could get past that. I'd get stuck at that. But I have the most wonderful husband, and he has always told me how beautiful I am. No matter how I look, he's always, you're gorgeous, you're gorgeous. He'd always, you should go out in a bikini, you should buy bikinis and wear them. And I'm just, no, that's not me. Because to me, I always see, if I look in the mirror, I see all my flaws. I see the things I don't like about my body. And I think that's the big part of the journey in the My Transformation, is seeing your flaws and loving who you are, but also trying to improve them. So it's a hard journey for me, but it's one that I just need to go through and do. I just need to do it. And like I said, I'm one that I jump on bandwagons. I did Trim Healthy Mama. I've done, and actually I lead a group. I'm the leader of a group at our church for Trim Healthy Mama. And I don't even always follow that. And I mean, it has good principles, but I would get too low on my calories, and that's what a lot of times I would go too low on my calories, and then I'll binge out on the peanut butter jar. Or I would like, oh, I can go for this, I'll just have this, and then work out extra hard. And I've always loved to be physically fit, and I've always worked out, but I've had no definition. I'm very strong, but you couldn't see it. And those are those flaws that bother me. And that was what I would do. I would jump on some type of bandwagon of whatever it was, whether it's carb cycling, intuitive eating, I can't even remember all the different ones that I have tried. And I'd hit a point, I'd drop a little bit, and then I'd go back up. Or I am my worst self-saboteur, that I would hit a really good point, I'd hit a really good low, and then I'd start getting lax, and I'm thinking, oh, I could have this. And to me, I was just self-sabotaging myself. And I think back in my mind, I analyze things and I just don't do anything about it, but I'll analyze it and think, I'm doing this to myself because I think that I've hit this point. Sometimes I think I just get scared that I can't continue in it. So it's like, might as well go ahead and give in now. So I've always been a follower of John Gorman. In fact, the reason I first heard about him was through Sarah Skinner, now Sarah Huggins, and she was doing a lot of her training. And now that I'm thinking back on it, you know, I've always followed John and Leslie, and they have been such big inspiration and just different tips that they have shared. And I got into listening to the TNT podcast for a little bit of, you know, looking for something to listen to go through workouts, or to do this or that, or to actually to have something to listen to in the car while my kids are listening to the video in the back, because apparently they cannot make the Tahoe with the sound system in the front to be different than what the sound system is in the back. So I would plug in, I'd download some podcasts, and I came across John Gorman's one day, listening to his Insta story and talking about that. I thought, I'm going to start listening to those. And I did, and that's where I first heard about the My Transformation Challenge. And I thought, well, I'm going to go check that out. And it was at the same time that I had bought a deal with a wellness coach. And she was the one who encouraged me to get a DEXA scan too, to see how many calories I really needed for my body to burn. So I signed up for the DEXA scan. I did that, found out how many calories I needed to burn, and found the workouts on My Transformation. I saw where you're supposed to upload the photo, but I'm like, I can't do that. I'm not comfortable in that role. First off, you know, I could put myself in my workout clothes, but I don't really even care to see myself in my workout clothes. And I do have one bikini that was always I always tell my husband, that's going to be my progress pictures. That's going to be my progress pictures. And I would take one picture of myself in that bikini, and I would hate the way I saw myself. I just hated the way I looked. And so I wouldn't do anything. I think I'd just get frustrated, or I'd be so upset that I would never put it on again. I wouldn't do anything about it. And so, but I did. I signed up for the My Transformation, and I started doing the workouts, and I could start seeing some of the improvements. And I signed up back on May 1st, and I started listening more and more to the TNT podcast, and listening more and more to the phorm guys, and listening to their stories. And then I started following them on Facebook. I think I started out with, I started following Sal and Emily and Andy and I can't even tell you who all I started following, since I've been following a bunch of them now. But when I started hearing their stories and started seeing what all they do, it became more than just another supplement company to me. It became a mission. I could see that it was their mission, that it was their goal, not to just, it wasn't just to get out there and sell this supplement, sell this product. It was to help people have the better, the healthier life that they desire, that they dream of. I've always dreamed of having this healthier, more fit me, but I was alone in the journey. I'm always alone in the journey. I work out from home. I am a stay-at-home mom with 3 kids. I homeschool, and we don't have the extra funds for me to go join a gym. Plus, by the time I got to the gym, I was usually so exhausted of getting the kids to grandma's or getting them to the daycare, and half the time the daycare would call me because we needed you to change diapers, we need you to do this, and I'm just like, it just wasn't worth it. I couldn't do it. And so I was always alone in the journey. I was doing things on my own. I do my workouts at home on my own, and that's where I struggled. And then I started seeing these stories about these guys all getting together and encouraging together. What can we do to help you out? And I started finding other people. I think I posted on one comment of, it's one of those chances to win. And I commented, I am phorm. And I started finding other people that start following me on Instagram. And so I started following them and hearing their story and just seeing how much they were of a family together. And it just really impressed me. And I just realized this isn't just another supplement group. This is actually a group who cares, wants to see each person succeed and to live a healthier life. And that is something that I have always wanted. I'm actually, with my family, we text each other each week of how did we do? Do we lose weight, gain weight? Where were we at? But that was all we do. We were still just doing it on our own through the week, and just trying to figure out our way through. So I love seeing everybody's post and how they encourage each other and how, they get through it and how they keep going with it, and how, you may feel lonely when you're at the gym working out by yourself, or for me, when I'm working at a home and I have a kid come running in, or, I'm in the middle of this or that and getting stressed out, but I can reach out to one of those guys and say, hey, I'm struggling with this, or how am I doing on this? And one of the things where I've always talked about, I am a yo-yo on dieting and exercise and things like that. I'm always trying to find the next trend or what I'm going to do. One of the things that Sarah has always said is trust your struggle. And that is what I'm committed to for 8 weeks. I'm going to trust the struggle, and I'm going to trust the process. And I'm going to trust my coach that he's going to get me there. I found Jeremy Mullins and started sending him, he started talking about the reports and things, and thought, I'm going to do this. I need help, I need encouragement, and I need somebody who can look past what I see and see everything else. And so that's what I'm going to do, because it's not just for me, it's for everybody. It's for my family. It's so I can be the encouragement, so I can be the example. I talk with my kids about, I do the workouts to be stronger. Here's a little picture of my kids that I brought. They are actually all in bed right now. Hopefully, I think there was one that was fighting, but trying to go to sleep. But there was one of our just recent pictures, and you can tell they all have their own personality. Levi is 6. He is going to be starting 2nd grade, like I said, a homeschool, and we found out he was so smart, we jumped him up a grade, and he is just flying through there. Ziva is 3, and Evie is 2, and they both love everything. They just are into everything, want to learn everything, want to absorb everything. We have a little farm here in in Springfield. We used to live in Walnut Grove. And so we're out here in the garden and everything, and our garden's huge into pain. But, you know, I'm always talking about the kids, you know, we do things, we work out, we get stronger, and, you know, I'm in there lifting weights, or I'm doing push-ups, I set these goals, you know, I heard a challenge where doing 50 push-ups a day, so I'm doing that every day. And my son is out with me picking up weights, and he comes over to me and goes, Mom, check this out. And I'm like, what's going on? And he goes, look, Mom, look, I got a bump. I'm pulling the weeds over there for you, and I'm getting a bump. I'm getting some muscles here. And I love that. I love to see that they are being encouraged from what they see from me, from what I am doing. So, for the next 8 weeks, I'm not going to yo-yo. I'm not going to decide I'm going to go this route or that route. I am going to commit. I'm going to trust the process. I'm going to trust Coach Mullins. I'm going to trust just what I'm doing, and I'm going to push myself, and I'm going to push it hard. And I've always had a goal to get off not only